welcome to another night of Wednesday Night Live.
Welcome.
Miss you guys. Wish you could be like right here with us so you could hear us screaming at you. But unfortunately, we can't right now. So we have our third week of Upside Down. Cody, what were you doing?
Just ready for you to do something weird.
Well,
I don't see anything.
Yeah,
here.
the first week I did the handstand. That last week I flipped the table and chairs upside down. I haven't done anything.
You scare me.
I haven't done anything.
Okay.
Yet. Are you ready? Because here it comes. Are you ready? You might want to hold on because you don't know what's going to happen. Just be ready for it. Okay. Ready? Watch this. All right. Yes. Okay. Here we go. There we go. This is awesome. Isn't this awesome? Don't you love this? This is great.
This is weird.
Why is it weird? This is awesome. How's it at home? I hope you guys are loving this.
I think you're turning red.
Yeah, your face is red. Maybe hang on.
Can you change this pretty soon?
Hang on. Here we go. Ah. How do you feel?
A little better.
Upside down. That's awesome.
I'm a little dizzy.
We did upside down, and you did it at home. How'd you like it?
I didn't like it.
You did?
No. I'm good. I'm good with my feet on the ground, not up in the air.
We're doing upside down.
Okay. Well, that's kind of not what we're not focusing on literally upside down. We're focusing on how Jesus turned everything upside down.
You told me that last week.
You told me that last week. That's okay. It's okay.
Hopefully, by the end, I might get it. But
maybe. I don't know.
You never know. We'll see. Something might happen next week, too. So we, again, are our third week of Upside Down, and we're learning about humility, right? And we have a life app for that. What's our life app?
Okay. You guys ready for your life app? Life app is humility, putting others first by giving up what you think you deserve.
Cody, that is, I can't think of a really better way of explaining it. Like thinking of giving up something that you feel you deserve. I deserve this. It's not even a want. There's a lot of things I want, but this is something you think that you deserve and you're choosing to give that up. That's powerful. That's powerful.
And it's hard.
And we have Philippians 2:3. That's our monthly memory verse. Yeah. And what's that verse?
Okay. Philippians 2:3. Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourselves.
Again, I think you said it really well. That says Jesus.
Yes.
And what he did when we celebrated Easter last week, that really says it. But again, we're missing something.
Yeah, I don't think they did.
I didn't hear you guys. I didn't hear everyone saying it. And so I want everyone to say it. So you stand up.
Just like we do.
Stand up, ready? Stand up with us.
Okay.
And we're going to say it together. And here it comes.
All right. Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourself. And that's in Philippians
2:3. All right. That's really good. I hope you guys said it. And again, you can always pause us and come back, say that, and memorize that because that's a great thing to put into your heart. And again, it says Jesus all over. And we're learning about that this week, and it's a great verse for humility. But we're moving on with some more fun and exciting things tonight. We have a great lesson planned for you. It's going to be so much fun. You're leading this one. That's excited. I'm excited to hear what you have to tell us. Now, that's going to be cool. You just wait for that. But we're not there yet because guess who's coming?
Oh.
Jacob is coming.
Jacob.
You guys love him. You're kind of...
I'm getting kind of hooked on it, guys.
But I love him. Here comes Jacob. Here he comes.
Here we go.
Hey everybody, I'm Jake. I'm really sorry if I look or sound funny today. My shirt's really tight, and I'm afraid if I breathe out, I'll pop a button. I gotta breathe. Today, I'm gonna talk to you about humility. Humility is putting others first by giving up what you think you deserve. One of the ways I like to put others first. So you're probably thinking, that the smart thing to do would be to change shirts. Well, I already tried that, but none of my shirts fit today, or any of my clothes. At first I thought maybe I had gained a little weight. I mean, I have been eating a lot of mustard-filled donuts lately, but even my shoes don't fit. And I don't think I gained any weight in my feet. Almost got it, almost. Or my head. I don't know what's happening right now. Wait a second. I bet one of my friends is playing another April Fool's Month surprise on me. They switched all my clothes with smaller versions of my clothes. Man, that's elaborate. I gotta do something now. That's the rules of April Fool's Month. Somebody does something to me, I'm gotta do something back. Something big. Something that's never been done before. I'll put a bucket of confetti over the door. So whoever walks through will get a bucket of confetti all over them. Yeah, Jake, you're a genius. Nope. Easy, boy. So, today's story is about how we should treat people like they're more important than we are. I can't wait to try that after I prove to everyone that I'm the best at April Fool's Month surprises. Yeah! Oh. How many buttons does this thing have?
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. And now for an amazing story.
Hi, everybody. This whole year, we've been making our way through God's big story. And we are continuing where we left off last week, where Jesus had died and rose again on the third day. When Jesus came out of that tomb, Jesus changed everything. He changed the way people thought about God. And He made a way for us to have a relationship with Him without sin being in our way. And that's not all. Jesus also changed the way people thought about how they treat others. The Apostle Paul wrote about this later when he wrote to the church in Philippi. We call it the book of Philippians. It's New Testament. Paul wrote this for a bunch of reasons, one of which is that he couldn't visit the Philippians because he was in jail. Paul loved to remind people about Jesus' example, and he wanted to encourage them to live just like Jesus did. We're going to read Paul's word, and it's in Philippians 2:3, which it happens to be the verse of the month. Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourself. And then it continues in verse 5. In your relationship with one another, have the same mindset as Christ Jesus, who, being in very nature, God did not consider equality with God something to be used for His own advantage. Rather, He made Himself nothing by taking the very nature of a servant, being made in human likeness and being found in the appearance of man. He humbled Himself by becoming obedient to death, even death on the cross. And that's in Philippians chapter 2, verses 3 and 5 through 8. These are really wise words. Notice that Paul went back to Jesus' example. He said that we should always look to the way Jesus showed humility. And then when we choose to be humble ourselves, but what does it look like to live that way? What does it look like to value others above yourself? Well, that's what we're going to teach about today in a couple different scenarios. So stay tuned for the ways that humility can change your life.
Here, let me help you. I don't need your help. I was just trying to... Well, it's too late for that, isn't it? Must be nice going up pamper in the mayor's house.
Hey James, you finish your homework?
Uh-huh.
All of it?
Let me help you.
I just have a little bit left.
I was just trying. Well, it's too
I need you to finish your homework and go feed the dog.
Okay, there's just like 5 minutes left of the show.
The dog is super hungry. She's like eating her bowl.
Okay, 5 more minutes.
Okay.
1 hour later.
Have you moved from that spot?
Just give me like 5 more minutes.
That was an hour ago. Luckily your brother fed the dog for you. Are you done with your homework?
I'll do it, all right?
No, it's not all right. I need you to do it now. No more screen time.
What? That's totally unfair. That's like you never gave me a chance to do it, and I don't even understand the homework.
so scared.
Does this look like something that would happen at your house? I'm sure it would. Sometimes you get so wrapped up in what you're doing, it's hard to pay attention to stuff around you. Things like doing simple stuff that you've been asked to do, like chores and your homework. When you're thinking about yourself, it's hard to think of putting others first. So how do we start thinking of others before ourselves? First, we need to remember Paul's letter. And we could also start remembering what Jesus did for us. Then we can start choosing to follow his example. We can look humble and show others that they are more important than us. You know, like taking your eyes off the screen and actually looking at someone when they're talking to us. Wow, this restaurant is amazing.
I know, right?
The food smells so good.
I know. You know, my parents own it. It's our family business.
I remember you telling me that. That's so cool.
Yeah, my parents make like a ton of money.
That's great. Do you think we could order?
Yeah, I basically get whatever I want. Like, I got this new phone here. It's so cool.
Call now 1-888-123-4567 for your cool phone for only $999.98.
Yeah, my parents said I couldn't get a phone yet.
Yeah, we just got a new, and I mean, when I say we, I got a new TV for our family room. It's like our third TV, and we have video games in there, and I get to watch YouTube all day long to the point where my eyes are square.
That's awesome. Maybe we could order some food? Now, I know you probably haven't had this exact conversation with someone, but I'm sure you know someone who brags. You know, your friend talks about, oh, I just ate 10 tacos at one sitting, and then you have to up that, and you say, well, my cousin ate 13 tacos, and then your friend can't be outdone, so he says, well, my cousin had 16 chalupas and drank 3 sodas. And then after a while, you're just in a knee-deep one-up challenge. You're trying to do something on top of someone else. It's a lot like bragging with a lot of exaggeration. Instead of bragging, James could have had just let his friend enjoy the food. Like Paul wrote in his letter, it helps when you think back and remember what Jesus did for you. Jesus didn't take advantage of the fact that he was God's son. Instead, he was always looking to serve others. Remember, Paul said it this way, and it's in Philippians chapter 2, verses 6 and 7. Jesus was equal with God, but Jesus didn't take advantage of the fact. Instead, he made himself nothing. He did this by taking on the nature of a servant. Okay, James and I have just one more scenario for you.
Hey, Cody, you want to play a game?
Sure, James, let's go.
Get the remote. Okay.
Hey, I wanted to pick the game.
Nope, I got Super Smash Brothers.
Well, I want to be...
Nope, I got the hero. PK Fire, PK Fire, PK Fire.
That's not even the sound of the character. What are you doing?
PK Fire, PK Fire, PK Fire.
I'm going to throw you from the roof.
Mom! Cody said he's going to throw me off the roof.
Give me it. I want my room.
That's in the middle of a big
Does any of that look or sound just a little bit familiar in your household? If you have siblings, you can probably relate. Sometimes family members are the ones who push our buttons the most. In your family, maybe it feels like you never get your way. Maybe you bicker with your siblings. Maybe even roll your eyes at your parents. We do get frustrated at times. That's normal. But it's not okay to be selfish or to completely lose your temper when you don't get your way. I know this is tough to do when it comes to family. It's difficult to choose to be humble when your brother and sister is doing everything they can to annoy you. But I know how you can start. It's like Paul said in his letter. You can start by thinking about Jesus. When you remember everything that Jesus did for you, it's easier to follow his example. Then, as hard as it may be, you can choose to put your brother or sister first. Remember what Paul wrote. Philippians 2, verse 5. As you deal with one another, you should think and act as Jesus did. There's a question that people used to ask themselves years ago. Now, parents, you may remember this. It's WWJD. What would Jesus do? Now, you could make your own cool little bracelets like we used to wear, and you could make a craft, have a family night, and get that done, and it would always be a reminder of WWJD. So in the moment, when you're frustrated or angry, it's hard to stop and ask yourself, what would Jesus do? But it's important to take a pause and a deep breath and then choose to respond in a humble way. He would always choose humility. He already did choose humility for you and me. And now, in our everyday lives, with people we see every day, we can follow Jesus' example. We can put them first.
Cody, that was awesome. That was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
You did a great job. I love that.
Yeah, it was great.
And that lesson is so good for all of us. I mean, when we're home and we're spending all this time with family, it's kind of hard to be humble and have that humble spirit. Yes. And what would Jesus do? Great way for us to always remember that. Another good way for us to remember is our bottom line. We have a new bottom line for this week that goes right along with what you just taught us.
Perfect.
Okay, so you guys ready at home? You can follow along. So here's the motion.
Okay.
And you're going to know a lot of these motions. You've helped last week.
Right.
But now we're going to incorporate it in a whole new way.
Okay.
So the first one is put. You remember that one?
Yeah. Put, guys, remember?
Put. Okay, now the next word is others. We've done this at church before, where it's others. You're pointing at others. You can point at different people at home, like that right there. All right, so put others, pointing at you guys right there, first. So we did that last week. So that's sounding kind of similar. So put others first because Jesus, and you're going to do this for Jesus because he was nailed on the cross. So put others first because Jesus put. Okay, so we do that again. Put us. All right, let's put all that part together. We have one more after this. Okay. Put others first because Jesus put us and last first. All right, we're going to do it all together. And a screen is going to come up. Hopefully you guys were following along. You got the motions, and you guys can do the motions with us when the screen comes up. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Put others first because Jesus put us first. Good job. You guys do it?
Awesome.
Great job. You did a great job of that.
That was a long one.
That was a long one.
A test.
That was a good test.
Yeah.
But see how great it went with your lesson?
That's right.
Jesus put us first. And when we're doing WWJD, what would Jesus do? You know, it's hard to only think about yourself. You actually start thinking of other people.
It's total mindset.
It's a total mindset. But talking about thinking about other people, I'm thinking about Jacob. Here comes Jacob right on now.
Okay, so the bucket of confetti is set. As soon as someone walks through the door, the bucket will fall and they'll get covered in confetti. But let me think for a second, because something doesn't quite fit right. I'm supposed to think and act like Jesus did when he was here. Well, how did he think and act? Jesus is like God's only son, but instead of staying in some big heavenly castle, he came here as a baby and then grew up serving people, helping people who were sick, teaching people who wanted to learn. Then he died for us and came back to life. So, how did Jesus think? He thought that people mattered a whole lot. And how did he act? He loved and served and gave up everything for people. He gave up what he deserved for me. And you know the rules. Somebody does something for me, I've got to do something back. So I took the confetti myself, so no one else would have to. I mean, it's not even a big deal. I like confetti. And these aren't even my clothes. Ugh. Ugh. Sometimes putting others first gets a little messy. But you know what? That's okay. You don't put others first because it's easy. You should put others first because that's what Jesus did for you. That's the one thing I learned today. Put others first because Jesus put you first. I'm gonna say that over and over again so I'll remember. Put others first because Jesus put you first. Put others first because Jesus put you first. Love others because Jesus loved others. Like your family, your friends, your brothers, your sisters, your mother, your gardener. Put others first because Jesus put you first. Man, I feel like brand new. It's like putting on a fresh pair of clothes, except clothes that actually fit. Ugh. I'm gonna need to change. I am getting confetti in my lungs. See you next time.
Everything I want, everything I need, you are. When nobody else is listening to me, you are. Before my heart took its first beat, you already loved me, Lord. And in your kindness, you saved me. You're all that I'm living for. Oh, I'm
think he's so cool.
I don't know how he did that.
He's just crazy.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
fun.
Good
But,
old Jacob.
Talking about love,
Yes.
we love you guys.
Yes.
We
Miss
love
you guys.
Miss you guys. We can't wait you to be here. Ways for you to connect with us down below. You can follow all of our social medias. We have our links down below. You can follow that and you can subscribe. You can like us and just stay connected with us. Also, we added, you can comment down below about how crazy you think we look, like how we're dressed.
The
or,
purple suits.
I have a shaved head now.
Oh, that's right. I meant to mention that.
I
Yeah.
have a shaved head. We haven't even, it's like that elephant in the room
Yeah.
and the goatee.
Yes.
That's all new. You guys probably trying to figure out this whole time who is this new person, but it's really me.
It's still James.
here.
Okay.
So you can comment down below. Do you like the goatee? Do you like the shaved head?
Yeah, there you go.
That's scary. I'm
Be
asking
aware.
people what they're gonna say. Oh, be nice to me, please. All right, we
Show some
love
mercy.
you guys. We love you so much, and we can't wait for another night of Wednesday Night Live. Have a good night. See ya.